Hey everyone, so this video is going to be a quick introduction to editing rail families in Revit, and we're going to explore that today by creating our own picket fence. So over here in the image, we're going to need three components. You're going to need the balusters, you're going to need the rails, which are the horizontal runs, and you're going to need the end posts. So let me just close that real quick. The first thing you want to do is have some project open. This can be your Mallory, or you can go ahead and create a new project like I have. And so once you're in here, let's go up to File, New, Family, and you'll be prompted with several templates. The ones that we're going to work with today are baluster, the baluster post, and if you scroll down, profile rail. So let's start with the baluster. Go ahead and open that, and you'll be given several reference lines and a left work plane. So let's go up here to extrusion in the top left, specify a new work plane, reference plane center, left to right, that's what we want. Okay, and let's go ahead and draw it. So I'm going to draw a rectangle here from the ground up, and I'm going to make this 4 feet. And I want the width of this to be 6 inches because I imagine this to be a 1x6. So let's change both sides to 3 inches. So that should give us 6 at the bottom. And over here in the left in the properties panel for the extrusion start 0, that's fine. Extrusion end 1 inch, apply. Let's hit OK and go ahead into 3D and see what that looks like. So that looks pretty good, except now we need to make the triangle at the very top. So let's go back to left, click this, edit extrusion, line from midpoint, and I'm going to go with 60 degrees should be good. Hit OK. Let's go back into 3D. Yeah, so that looks great. So before we save it, let's go ahead and assign a material to it. So I want this to be a white picket fence, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new material. Identity, let's call this fence color. Graphics, use render appearance is fine. Appearance, you can go ahead and add like a wood texture to it in here, but for the sake of this video, let's just go ahead and pick some simple white color. Actually, I'm going to make this 242, so it's a bit yellow, a bit off-white. I think should be nice. Apply, OK. Now let's go File, Save As, Family, and I'm going to go ahead and call this Baluster 01. And we're going to save that to the desktop. That should be good. So once you've done that, load into the project and close it. So the next part we need, new family, is the baluster post. And so I'm going to make this fence with a 4x4. So extrusion, reference plane center left right, okay, rectangle, go back here down at the bottom, and I want it to be the same height. So let's go back up to 4 feet. It's already saying 6, but we need to be sure, so there we go. 3 inches on either side. Oh, I'm sorry, I wanted this to be a 4x4, so that should be 2 inches. And that also should be 2 inches. And for the extrusion, let's start at -2 inches and end this at +2 inches. So hit OK, 3D view. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. That's our 4x4. So let's also add material. So we're going to create a new one. This is just going to be our post color. Use render appearance, edit the color. I think I did 248, and the blue should be 242 for the off-white. Apply, OK. Let's go ahead and save that. Save as, family. And we're going to save this as post 01. Save that. Now we can load into projects and close. And so the final thing we need are the horizontal runs, which are the railings. So let's go into new family, scroll down to the template that says profile rail, open that. And for this I'm going to use a 2x4. So we're just going to go here and draw a rectangle, and then we'll edit this to be 1 inch on this side, another inch on that side, 2 inches, and again 2 inches for this one. Yeah, so that should give us our 2x4. So we're going to go ahead and File, Save As, Family, and I'm going to call this rail_01, and then hit Save. Now we're going to load into project and close. So now we're ready to start assembling our fence, and in order to do that we need to actually draw out a generic railing first. So Architecture tab, Railing. Let's go ahead and just draw out the shape we want. So I'm going to want it here to here. This should look good. Okay. Now let's go into 3D and see what that looks like. Okay, so here is our generic railing. So we're going to click this, Properties panel, Edit Type, and we're going to create a new one. So we go Duplicate and give it a name. So Simple Picket Fence should be good for this. In the bottom left here where it says Preview, go ahead and click that so you'll get a 3D view of the model as we're assembling it. Top rail, turn that off. We don't need the top rail because we're going to bring in our own railings. And let's go ahead and just do that right now. So rail structure, non-continuous, edit this. Can't create railings, delete element, that's fine. Insert, profile, scroll down to where it says railing, and duplicate it. So now we have two. The height, I want the first one to be, let's say, 10 inches off the ground, and I want the second one to be 2.5 inches off the ground. Material, we'll worry about that later. You'll see why. Hit OK, OK, and here they come in. So now let's add the vertical components. So baluster placement, edit that. Here under baluster family, we're going to change this to the baluster, 0, 1. Base host, that's fine. Base offset, we'll worry about that later again. Top host, that's fine. Top offset, I'm just going to make this 2'8", and distance from previous 9 inches. Offset, no, that's fine. Apply, okay. Yeah, so we need to add the post. Oh, before we do that, justify, let's do spread pattern to fit and hit apply. And that'll spread it evenly between the two posts, which we're going to add right now. So down here, start post. Add one of the posts. Corner, this is for at corners. Post 0, 1, end post. Again, this is the post that we made. Host, that's fine. Base offset, fine. Top, you can leave that blank. Top offset, let's just make it the same as that. So 2'8", 2'8", 2'8". The spacing will control how far they are from the edges. So I'm just going to make this 0. And of course, you guys can play around with the numbers to see how you like it. So apply, OK. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So if we hit OK, apply, OK, and go back into our 3D model, that's starting to look pretty good. Let's go back into the site real quick, type SL, and we're going to actually cut out a little entrance here and just delete that. So go back into the 3D. So yeah, so that's starting to look pretty good. Now there are two problems I see with this. One is that the vertical pickets are going right through our 2x4s, and we should probably raise this off the ground to prolong the rotting. So let's go back in here and edit that. And so baluster placement, edit. To get these off the ground, we're just going to do a base offset, and I'm going to raise that by maybe 2 inches. Apply. Now they're raised up a bit. And to get them to the front, well, we know the thickness of this is a 2x4. So the offset should be 2 inches to move them this way. So let's go up here, 2 inches, apply, OK. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Apply, OK. Yeah, so our white picket fence is almost done. Now the reason this is coming in yellow is because we have not assigned a material, whereas for the posts and actual balusters we have in the family. But for the railing, you can very simply do that by just hitting Edit Type, Rail Structure, Edit, by Category. It already chose post color because we brought this material in with the post, so let's hit OK. Post color, OK. Apply, OK. Apply, OK. And there we have it. That is our simple white picket fence. So I hope this video helps, and thank you for watching.